This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace.
Last year, I went through many different life changes. I needed to take a pause and examine how I was feeling in the inside to better show up for the ones who need me to be my best version of myself.
When you're navigating life's changes, Talkspace can help. Talkspace is the #1 rated online therapy, bringing you professional support from licensed therapists and psychiatry providers that you can access anytime, anywhere.
Living a busy life, navigating a long-distance relationship, becoming a first-step father, Talkspace made all of those journeys possible. I could speak with my therapist in the office. I could speak with my therapist in the comfort of my home. I was never alone.
Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance, no problem. Now get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Welcome to Laser Secrets, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of medical aesthetics. With your host, Jamie, your guide to the science, safety, and strategies that help you deliver real results. Whether you're a new provider or a seasoned pro, we're here to level up your laser game because great skin starts with great science.
Hello, my laser-loving friends. Welcome back to Laser Secrets, the go-to podcast for laser professionals, med spa owners, and aesthetic experts who want to work smarter, not just harder. I'm your host, Jamie. I am so excited about today's interview because we're going behind the scenes with the powerhouse team at Erchonia, the innovators behind one of my absolute favorite devices, the Emerald Laser. Joining me today is James Shanks, the Emerald Laser Director for the prestigious Erchonia Laser Company, and we're talking all things body contouring, clinical outcomes, and what truly makes this laser a standout in the industry. So if you've ever wondered what makes the Emerald Laser different from other fat loss technologies or how to successfully implement it into your practice, this conversation is going to be gold. Whether you're a provider, a laser nerd like me, or just curious about where the future of medical aesthetic tech is headed, you're in the right place. Let's dive in. James, thank you so much for being here today. How are you doing?
Jamie, thank you for having me. I am doing fantastic. And yourself?
I'm so good. I'm so good. We are in sunny Scottsdale, Arizona for a presentation we're about to throw down on all about what makes the Emerald Laser far superior, in my opinion, to a lot of other body contouring devices on the market and really how to get your ROI out of it. So thank you for taking the time out of this busy day to chat.
This is going to be awesome. I think it's something that everyone's been looking to hear about. Those may know a little bit about the Emerald Laser technology, but never have really had an opportunity to dive into it, which makes it different. And I'll be happy to chat with you about that today, about what makes it different, how it evolves. As you know, you've done a lot with us in Archonia now for many years and are a big laser nerd, which we love. So we want to continue that. They keep educating your audience to let you know why our lasers are the greatest ones out there. So I'm just happy to be a part of it today.
Yes. Well, let's get started. So first of all, walk us through what sets the Emerald Laser apart from other fat loss body contouring lasers on the market, especially in terms of wavelength, low-level laser technology.
Yeah, I think the big part of it comes down to the wavelength. As you've experienced with Archonia, we do pride ourselves a lot on research, and that's kind of how we look at ourselves as a company. And the Emerald Laser is just the next in that line of medical fat reduction lasers. We have been studying it since 1998, and we started with red laser technology, which we're privy to and experienced for quite a long time. And we tried to find better and more efficient ways to improve that, as most companies should. And what we found out with using the 532 nanometer, which is green wavelength, allowed us to affect subcutaneous fat a little bit faster, having 25 to 30% more energy, which allowed us to get deeper into the body. And why that's important is it really opened it up for us because, as you're familiar with, and a lot of other people out there in the med spa and medical aesthetics world, most devices and non-invasive treatments typically focused on patients are looking at getting rid of the small pockets of fat. That's 20 to 30 BMI. The Emerald allowed us to work and do research on patients all the way up to 40.
Absolutely.
Which to this day, still no company has looked at. So for us, that's very important because as our society, unfortunately, gets bigger, they're going to need different options. And I think Emerald Laser helps achieve that.
Oh, most definitely. We actually, in my practice, we were one of the first to get an emerald laser. And it was because we were already familiar with the red light technology and the Zerona, and we loved it. And we just knew that next level research, that next level quality that went into the emerald laser was a no brainer. And then also when we were comparing with other things on the market like cool sculpting, UL therapy, different radio frequency, cavitation, things like that, it was truly a no-brainer, and I love how inclusive this technology is because let me tell you, some of these other modalities, they want you to be 10 pounds from your goal weight. Just being real, many of us, if we were 10 pounds from our goal weight, I'd just go shop for jeans. I wouldn't be stressing and obsessing. And again, no shade on any of our patients that are looking for that tiny, tiny nip tuck because I actually have a big clientele that are competitive bodybuilders that use the emerald laser as their secret weapon.
Oh, absolutely.
So those are people that are rocking 10% or less body fat that want those tweaks. It does that, but it also does for someone who is ready to get healthy. They're drawing a line in the sand. They're not getting turned away, and we actually have a healthy solution. So can you walk us through how the emerald laser targets fat cells without destroying them, and why is that such a big deal?
Yeah, and the great thing about the type of laser technology we use is it's all non-thermal photochemical based laser, which does not cause any harm. There's no contraindications, no ill effects, and it collapses the emulsifies the subcutaneous fat in an efficient way so your body can process it very effectively without harming any part of your body. And as you mentioned, all the different patient types that can do this: large, small, patients with the different types of colors of skin, pigmentation, which with a lot of technologies, they can achieve that or have an option for that. The emerald laser allows them that option, plus the secondary effects that we've seen. And when I mean secondary effects, positive effects, which a lot of other systems don't. Usually there's a lot of contraindications, ill effects you can have with other systems. The emerald laser has a great secondary effect that we've seen that doctors have testified and anecdotally said they see from the skin retraction. And also we did do a study with the green laser on cellulite. So there's that part of it is you're getting thinner, your skin's looking better, it's tighter, and it's
Right.
all of the things that patients want to achieve without breaking the bank, causing any harm and discomfort. And that's where the emerald laser allows you the energy and the photons to penetrate the fat cell, cause it to emulsify, get deep up to 8 centimeters down in the body. So we can treat all different patient body types and structure basically any treatment package for all types of clients.
Oh, amen to that. That this allows you to provide solutions for a few different goals for people. So the cellulite reduction, seen it firsthand with our clients, the skin tightening effects or skin retraction effects. I mean, it's really great. And then at the end of the day, they're metabolically healthier. So you also experience what we like to call the cascade effect. So even if we're treating, say, the midsection, a patient does a series of treatments, we find that they lose inches in other areas because we're overriding and helping them to be healthier metabolically.
Hmm.
So the signal, of course, is given across their entire endocrine system that says, okay, we don't need to conserve and hang on to everything. Your hormones start to balance. Of course, we can't say that and advertise it that way, but we see this in patients reporting better labs. They're starting to finally lose weight. They're losing inches elsewhere. They're feeling better. Their inflammation is reducing.
And you do have seen, and doctors have seen for blood panels that they've seen the effectiveness. But for people to think about that is the subcutaneous fat holds so many different things inside of it. When you open it up, triglycerides are seeping out, also toxicities. Well, if your body's excreting those toxicities and other things out of the system, what does that in turn mean? Your body's getting healthier because it's ridding itself of any type of excess toxicities, things your bodies don't need. And then that way, your overall, when the cell goes back into its normal structure, it'll be a healthier cell. So not only are we causing it to look better, but again, as you mentioned, feel a lot better and look better as well.
Exactly. It's great. So really on that, when someone purchases an emerald laser for their clinic, for their practice, how does Erchonia support providers to set them up for success?
All right, quick break. Knock, knock. Who's there? Amazon Music. Amazon Music who? Amazon Music, where Prime members can listen to top comedy podcasts ad-free. No awkward interruptions, just nonstop laughs from your favorite shows. It's free, it's funny, and hey, it's better than my knock-knock jokes. Download the Amazon Music app and let the good times roll. Or go to amazon.com/ad-free-comedy. That's amazon.com/ad-free-comedy to catch up on the latest episodes without the ads.
That's a great question because so many people buy products, buy devices, and are kind of just left out in the rain. As they ship the device, you set it up, and then you don't hear from the providers after that. Arconia, we try to hold your hand through the process of any laser. You having many lasers you've experienced,
Yes.
all the support that the whole support that we have, whether it's continuing education, but we do assign and align clinical education coordinators to every Emerald Laser provider, and they'll be your full-time trainer and support person for the life of the machine. So they'll always be there to go through training, going through intakes, going through adjunctive therapies that can help along with the treatment as well. Plus, you get set up on your Emerald Laser portal, which will have different content from documentation, marketing, videos, social media templates, billboard ads. So we try to always create those things, update them, because we want our providers not only have the great technology, but to be successful as possible.
Absolutely. And being a provider for so many years now, I can absolutely speak on that, how it's so helpful to have those people that have your back. The portal is wonderful and it's always changing too. So whenever you come up with a better way to convey something, a better method, you pass it along to us, which is really great. Going back to this being a really healthy option and a really great tool that really does what it says it's going to do. Let's also talk about navigating the world of medical aesthetics where we're prescribing GLP-1 medications. We have found that this isn't an either or. We have structured a program with the Emerald Laser to work alongside our patients that are using the GLP-1 medications, and in a way of treating them where it allows them to wean off it when they have achieved their weight loss. So it's really interesting because we've been told you're on it forever.
Absolutely.
I work with a few providers that don't believe in that. They believe in, microdosing up, finding that sweet spot, also doing other modalities that are going to help, including the lifestyle changes, the nutrition recommendations. But the Emerald has been such a game changer for our patients that have achieved close to their goal weight using it once or twice a week during, but then really mitigating that rebound effect in a big way. And we're finding about 2 times a week as they're dosing down. And not only are they continuing to tighten up as far as their skin, but then we're kind of biohacking that little bit of spot reducing, because a lot of people that go on GLP-1s, it's saving lives. But what's happening is you end up being a smaller version of the same shape you were. And so when we're integrating something like this and treating the whole person, I mean, it's really amazing. And that speaks volumes on the technology and just how physiologically sound it is.
Oh, 100%.
I just had to add that.
Yeah, no.
I know that's not something that you guys are actively putting out there in your marketing and things like that, but
No, but it is a great point to bring up when you look at those things because so many people do it, whether you do believe in it, whether you're doing it or not. And that's a great tool to look at is the way that one, the Emerald Laser can adapt to any sort of program, whether you believe in GLP-1s, whether you don't,
right.
and want to do it by itself, whether you want to institute other types of nutritional supplementation, lymphatic stimulation, it adapts and it works with it synergistically. So a lot of providers do incorporate Emerald Laser treatment with GLP-1s, either as a jumpstart to eventually get them off of it. And the benefit is if you do it in conjunctive with one another, the fat and pounds just fall off. Plus, you have the benefit of the Emerald Laser just targeting the subcutaneous fat as the patient's on the GLP-1. So with GLP-1s, everybody's aware that you do lose some muscle loss. The Emerald Laser helps focus more just on the subcutaneous fat, which a lot of people just want to lose that. So they work great conjunctively with one another, and you made a good point. Then from there, you can wean them off by doing other things and instructing lifestyle changes, because there's some great tools you can use in medicine. We'd never want to have anybody be dependent on that, because nothing you permanently ever want to be on for long term, because there could be ill effects to it. So we want to focus on lifestyle changes along with that, so you can have a healthier lifestyle, healthier habits, and then that way you can enjoy your life a lot more.
Absolutely. Because really, it's all about supporting our patients. And that also means respecting their choices medically. So if they do choose these medications, meeting them where they are, instead of trying to stronghold them into not using them and doing something else instead. I'm a really big believer in truly meeting people where they are, wherever that is. It's just been really wonderful for our clinic. So thank you for the awesome work you guys do. Let's talk implementation. So what advice would you give a clinic owner who's considering Emerald? How quickly can they expect to build clientele for it? Where would they start? How would we get in touch with you? And then how would you demonstrate how this could work in our clinics?
Oh, absolutely. So first off, if you go to emeraldlaser.com is a good way to start, or erchonia.com, which give you direct access to educating yourself on the technology. There's some great informational videos and some webinar content there. You can really get to understand the technology. But as far as implementation, it's very simple and easy. And if it's the right fit for you, well, I would say just kind of look around and look at the clientele you currently have, you appeal to. If you look at statistics, the number one non-invasive treatment in the world is non-invasive fat reduction. So people and patients are looking for it.
Yeah.
So from there, you just need to offer them a solution. And most patients want a painless solution, which this is. Plus, you look at the appealing of this technology to all different types of patients, large or small. There's a reason gyms are packed during New Year's resolutions and during spring before summer vacations, because everybody wants to look their best and continually not only feel better, but look better. So there's plenty of opportunities to really drive in the clientele from salons, some other spas. You look at gyms in the area. There's all these different types of weight loss centers. So there's various ways of clients and potential out there for everyone wanting to look better, slimmer, and just touch up a few of those spots. And this is just an opportunity to do it. And the great thing is there's no downtime. There's no pain. You've experienced it. You can come in, get your treatment, and go on with the rest of your day. You're not fighting any type of inflammatory properties that happen with other types of procedures where you have to be down for a few days or it might affect your life. The treatment protocols are very simple. You're coming in, you're laying down for 30 minutes, and then you're moving on with the rest of your day. So it's very simple to implement, easy to follow, and then you give them great steps through the instruction of the staff and the trainers to make sure you maximize success.
I love it. One question I have for you before we wrap it up. So Erchonia has always been at the forefront of innovation, especially in this space with medical laser technology. Can you give us a little bit of a sneak peek or even a little clue on like research and development that's happening behind the scenes? I'm dying to know.
Oh, there's only so much I'm even privy to on that. We have a ton that we are in the workings of on the healthcare side that we are doing, as you've been a part of that. So this year, we've had an ongoing study that we are completion of for neuropathy. So by the end of 2025, early 2026, should be in completion, and we'll have statistical analysis by then. There's a lot of other things that we're involved in as far as continuing research when it comes to different types of brain injuries and neurological deficiencies, which a lot of those who've attended our seminars and webinars can speak to some of those things that we've seen for a very long time that we are now actually putting in clinical trials and have been for a few years now to show success. But those are a few things I can touch on right now, but I can definitely have some updates for you later on the next podcast. But we've always got things behind closed doors, and we just don't want to let the cat out of the bag too early.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here today and sharing your time and your expertise and the insight into what makes the Emerald Laser such a groundbreaking technology. I know our listeners and fellow laser lovers are going to walk away with a deeper understanding of not just the science, but learning how Erchonia is transforming the industry with safe, inclusive, and super effective innovation. So thank you all for being here with us today. If this episode resonated with you, please share it with a fellow esthetician, laser tech, or med spa owner. And if you're ready to go deeper, make sure you've subscribed. I've also got other amazing episodes coming your way, and I'd love to invite you to follow me on Instagram at Laser Secrets Consulting. There are links to contact me or work with me directly with one-on-one consulting. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and cheers to building the most successful and rewarding medical aesthetic practices.